For doing it all myself, sometimes I even surprise me. Hey, I don't know. This is like a last minute quick throw shit together and get the intro rolling. I don't know. How's everyone doing? Welcome. It's Tuesday night. It's time for the late night roast, friends. How we doing? The Rock Rain is in the house. Whoop, whoop. Oh my gosh. And Heron of Alexandria. I don't drink coffee, but I'll stay. I appreciate it. I literally just put it all together. Right, I was just seeing how it goes. I might change up the music a little bit or something, but help me. I'm stuck in the Christian rabbit hole. Suma Orange, what's going on, man? Welcome. Great to see you. The late night roast every Tuesday or every other Tuesday. We try and gather up some news and culture and bring it to you guys live here on YouTube, and also we're live on Twitch as well tonight. So I appreciate wherever you're watching from. It is much appreciated. Thank you so much. There's plenty going on in this crazy world, and we're going to try and touch on it. We're going to try and touch on a little bit of everything if we can. But yeah, Sumo Orange used to be Pee Wee Pierre, but he switched it all up, so we know who he is. But yeah. I hope you guys are all doing well. It's been fun. We did a nice little lunch stream today. That was a good time. I like doing my lunch streams. It's a good way to sort of break up the day and even talk about something. I thought there was some pretty good conversations going on. So to all those who joined in on that, thank you. I appreciate it. But there's plenty of news going around. Well, before any of that happens, if you do enjoy the content of this channel, please think about subscribing to us. If you like the videos, make sure you hit the thumbs up, like the videos if you can, on any VODs. If you happen to be watching the VOD, leave a comment for us. It'll help with the algorithm and pushing this out to people with like-minded interests. So this is very, very awesome. Now, if you're over on Twitch, just enjoy yourself. We're doing good things. We're at 436 for our subs. We're pushing towards 500. And then obviously on to 1,000 if we can, and about halfway through on our watch hours. I'm really happy with how things have been going, and but yeah. So Sumo Orange is in the house. We got DJ over on Twitch. How you doing, man? How have I been? I've been doing good. The rest of my day was nice. And Heron of Alexandria, yes, you missed the lunch stream, but it's okay. We still like you here. Still like you. But yeah, this stream is meant to be sort of something that I do on my own. So a lot of my solo stuff. We talk about similar topics on the midweek hump, but this gives me a chance to sort of approach things from my own perspective and not with the help of others or alongside anyone else. Oh, that was weird. Interesting. It only belongs in one place: Crusader Kings 2 and 3, or House of Dragons. Apparently everyone likes House of Dragons. First world problems, but I'm struggling to make memes so I can join the Legion and make vids for my channel. Dude, you know what you got to do? We're going to start this off quick. I'll tell you something right now. Do something because you enjoy it. Every day you should be practicing the thing that you love to do. If what you like to do is to make memes, make memes. Put it out there. Let people know how good you are. Don't wait for someone else to take you on and put an official tag on it. Be the best every day. Every day. Practice. You're going to make shitty memes. You're going to do shitty things. You're going to stumble. You're going to fall. You're going to fail. Some stuff's going to suck. Get out there and do it. Just put yourself out there. Start making it every day. Set a goal for yourself. Do 2 memes every day. 2 memes. Make them the best you possibly can. You'll get there, but do it because you like it. Boom, done. Cannoli Sasquatch is here. Says, what's up, Shags? Great stuff, man. Hey, I appreciate it, Sasquatch. Appreciate you. You have a meme that's almost at 100 likes. There you go. And at the end of the day, it's great when a bunch of people like it. But if you enjoy the time, if you enjoy what you did and the amount of effort you put into it, fucking A, man. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Don't worry about what everyone else thinks. That's not an attack on you, Sumo Orange, by the way. I'm proud of you for putting memes out and getting likes. And of course, Vividly Aurora over on Twitch. How you doing? Mod extraordinaire. What are we talking about tonight? Well, what do we start off with? There's plenty of stuff to talk about. Okay. I don't know how to start off. There's plenty of stuff. I guess we can go back in history. I saw this tweet come out, and I think this is one of those things that when you look back on it, it's pretty cringe now. It was cringe at the time, but I think even now it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So I'll share with you. Come with me down memory lane. And this is in no way me saying that what you should be doing. Oh my God. This is not a medical channel. This is nothing. I am not giving you any advice on what you should do. I am just saying that we should look at this particular thing and be a little ashamed of where we were. But this hasn't aged well at all. But I guess a glimpse into like what was being done a couple of years ago in order to coerce people to pursue medical treatments that weren't tested, verified, any of that. So let's take a look. So this is Bill de Blasio. He was the mayor of New York City at the time, or he is still.
Free fries when you get vaccinated. I got vaccinated. You're saying I could get this? These delicious fries? Wait a minute. But there's also a burger element to this?
Burger element. See, that now, you know what? I didn't understand why people didn't like eating while streamers were alive online. But now I get it. Could you hear them? These fries? You mean I can get these fries? Oh, there's a burger element too? Ugh. World's first ASMR. Aurora's been trying to get me to do it.
Let me check with Bill Neathart. Is it too early in the day to eat a burger? No. This could be breakfast? Okay. I want you to look at this and think about, again, some people love hamburgers, some don't. Really want to respect all ways of life. But if this is appealing to you, just think of this when you think of vaccination.
It's just so weird, man. Like, this is the kind of shit they were pulling. This and like those Hollywood things with like, what's his name? James Corbin, like dancing in the street and doing like like this weird like seance like to Fauci. It's so weird. Vaccine aside of fries. What?
Vaccination. I'm getting a very good feeling about vaccination right this moment.
Dude, it's so cringy. These people are weird. Like, it was weird at the time, and it's even weirder looking back on it now. When you look at something like that, and you like people pretended like that was like totally normal behavior. Like, that's how you make medical decisions for yourself, is to be coerced into it by fries. Hey, if you weren't feeling skeptical enough about this experimental treatment, why don't you put a bunch of like cholesterol, shitty fats in your body? Come on down, we'll get you. It's almost too on the nose. It's almost too on the nose. Like this is what they do to promote like health in this country. There's nobody at this time saying, you know what, put down the controller, get off your ass, get outside and walk around and get some sunlight. No, take experimental drugs and eat fast food. That's what was being said. Like, this country should be ashamed of itself. California was giving away money. Yeah. And again, so did I did get it, but I had at the time, I don't care if people get it. Let's be 100% honest. Since we're gonna, this is the direction that it's going in now. I don't care if people get it. I think when you do stuff like this, like push out to people like, hey, you can get free fast food if you take experimental drugs. I was in a different position because my son was born early and he's had lung issues, and since it attacks the respiratory system, the upper respiratory system, we felt that it was best that we do get vaccinated at the time, because of course we don't want our infant child, because at the time he was barely 1 year old when COVID came out. So it was really important. Like, so we were kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. It's like, well, it's probably responsible to do that because of our little boy. But I definitely do not support like the coerciveness behind all of it was a really strange thing. And looking back on stuff like this, or the weird like dancing and the late night talk shows coming out with like all their like propaganda stuff, it was just weird, man. So weird. And just, it doesn't seem right. Like, if we're being honest, like when that's how you have to push something, that's weird. Like, things should be just like, you should be talking about things and pushing things on their own merit, not, you know, it was such a weird thing. I have zero hate for people who got it, especially if they had compromised family. I just wanted the same respect. Exactly. That's the point, right? And I think most people who were in that boat just were the same way. They're like, can we just take care of our own health? Like, we can just stay home, or we can avoid places and all that. I was convinced to get my grandpa. I wish I didn't, but look, I didn't. Yeah. I mean, I think, it's one of those things where, and even like looking, there's that whole montage of like headlines of the like efficacy going down as time went on. So, but yeah, I don't care if people got it. I'll just make that clear. I don't care if people got it. The state like propaganda is gnarly to me. That's the weirdest shit. Emperor Doomsday, hail chat, what's going on? Emperor Doomsday, good to see you. And Codenomics, sir, how you doing? My ex-wife magically got lupus like 5 minutes after. Jeez. There's a whole lot of stuff. There's a whole lot involved with everything, and what it comes down to for me is like personal agency over your body, and the coercion is weird for something that people survive 99% of the time. We're really dancing the line here tonight. I'm trying not to do any sort of like misinformation or anything. I'm not saying anything about it. I just say I don't agree with the state propaganda surrounding it. I think it's weird, and I think when you look back on it, it's very cringe. It's very, very cringe. Let's see. It's just weird. Codenomics says, I was going to get it, but then they started acting funny about it and giving away cars and lottery and food and stuff, and I got really weirded out. That's what I mean. I think normal people were in that same frame of mind. Like normal people. I think a lot of people were like that. And I think a lot of people were just, it was like one of those fear tactics. It was like make people really scared. So then they start saying the same thing. Which there shouldn't be. Oh, wait. Sumo says, what was worse was people trying to say no medical exemptions. Right. Which there shouldn't be exemptions because nothing should be required in the first place. Yeah, and I think there's very, 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 very few things that would need a requirement, but I think it would be so obvious that it would be so obvious that people would just do it. Again, it'd be on its own merits. Oh man, it's been swimming every day for 2 weeks now, and I feel fantastic. Add it to my health regimen. There you go. There you go. Right. Again, your personal health with your family is something that's really important that you need to consider, and they didn't allow people to make those considerations. It was either do it or be that freak of nature, and it's not good. It's not good. It's not a good way to build trust with the general public. Second, they push fear marketing to coerce people into getting the V. I said, nope, hell no. I agree. We should all have a shot of vodka together. Let's pretend for a moment that this here is a whole glass of it. Ready? Ooh, no. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. Arcrystal says, I can't stay long. Just wanted to say I appreciate you, boss man. Keep up the grind, and you inspiring bastard. Hey, I do what I can, man. I do what I can. RC Scott is here. What's going on, everyone? I'm glad everyone could filter in. You didn't even let me prepare my shot. I'm sorry. I'm on a time crunch. We're getting through the news. We're getting through the stuff here. Let's go. Throw that one back. Holds up Coke can. There you go. So we saw the unfortunate thing that happened today, I believe. Nick Rekieta had his account permanently banned from Twitter. And this is one of those things, man, when it comes to like the language surrounding a lot of this stuff. So there's what's called a permanent suspension, which why are people that dumb? Are people that dumb? That's a ban. A permanent suspension is a ban. For some reason, they can't just use language the way it's supposed to be. If someone has a permanent suspension, that's a ban, and you should call it such. I think it came out later, Emperor Doomsday, that it was, in fact, a permanent suspension. Yeah, I did see that Trey caught a ban shortly after. And so here's the interesting part. Let me show. I'm sure people have seen this. If you haven't, really surprising, but so this account, it has been posting that they're the ones that are responsible for the ban. Good morning. I got Rekieta Law suspended. And then they go on and say, I should say we got, and this is the damning part, kind of. I should say we got Rekieta Law suspended because a bunch of us all got notifications at that same time. So this is one of those things that they're mass reporting the account. Thanks to everyone who submitted reports earlier this month. Teamwork makes the dream work. No. This is an account that I think has been another account that's been leading the charge with mass reporting Rekieta and getting him banned. So even here, he even puts out, please report Rekieta Law for ban evasion from his previous account. Nick Rekieta, the dirtbag, has polluted this site long enough. So here's the thing, right? So Twitter has done this. Twitter has done this thing where they're going after people for like something like hate speech. All of this stems from the belief that words cause violence or words are violent. And I just can't get behind it. Sure, you can hurt my feelings with the things that you say. You can definitely hurt anyone's feelings and say some awful things. It is not the same as violence. It's not the same as hurting someone physically with your hands or some sort of weapon. And that's where all of this, like when they started pushing that, when the saying was words are violence, that's where all of this started. And that's why you have accounts like this. You have people mass reporting all of this stuff. But yeah, this is just another account. It's not the one that was actually going after him. That one that even banned me from his account. But I think he has a bot running that will essentially ban everyone from like who follows Nick Rekieta. It was just banning everyone that follows him. Abomination AJ, good to see you, man. How are you? Good to see you, sir. Loving your Saturday show, man. You and Left Eye Ego are killing it with that show. I love it. It's like what I like listen to you guys as I'm like doing yard work and shit. Like I wish I could like type and talk, because sometimes you say stuff and I'm like, you motherfuckers, I gotta get on this. But words are violence until you are quiet, then silence is violence until you talk. What they really mean is you don't agree with me, and that is violence. Yeah. Again, that's the problem. You need at some point to be able to talk to people you don't agree with. And when you don't agree with someone, that's okay. This is how we build discourse. This is how we build like the bridge between one another. I don't agree with everyone that I'm friends with, and we're able to have discussions 9 times out of 10. That's not true. Well, I guess if we're including Facebook, it's not true. ANCAP Gamers hosting over on Twitch. Thank you, man. ANCAP, good to see you, pal. Rastercaster, good to see you. What's going on in here? A whole bunch of malarkey. Sir. Just discussing the Rekieta ban. Now, there is the issue too of ban evasion, that I think that's what they're trying to get him on, is that he made another account to dodge his Nick Rekieta account ban. Is that right? I don't know. Twitter has rules that say you can't evade a ban. Do people do it? Absolutely. Here's the problem. There's smaller accounts who evade bans constantly, but guess what? Twitter doesn't know about them. They're not keeping an eye on him. Rekieta doesn't toe the line the way that YouTube would like him to, or Twitter would like him to. So what do? They keep a close eye on him. Because the thought police are out there every single day making sure that they can keep people in line. And someone like Rekieta who pushes for free speech often, like he believes that you should be able to say what you want. He does not believe that words are violence. DJ says he's living in their heads rent free. Oh, absolutely. And the funny thing is like an account like the one we were just looking at, like they likely don't do anything. They're probably just a normie person who gets all their news from the same places, and they they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything with their lives. They're just mad because they don't have a platform. So what do? He'll take this one tweet that has 1,000 likes and champion that for a few years. Be like, hey, this is what I did. I got one of those big law tubers banned off of Twitter. Whew. Like that's this guy's accomplishment, and he'll talk about that the way some jock talks about how good he was at sports in high school and how he just missed his chance in college. That's the equivalent. That's what you're witnessing here most of the time. Twitter, the DJ said something earlier that Twitter is a cesspool. You're not wrong. It totally is, and it's filled. The other thing is that this site is filled with bots. And if they're not actual bots, they're people who are acting like bots because they're getting all of their firmware updates from those powers that be. So I'm on my third Twitter because I get spicy. What's another good platform but can get traffic with memes and the fellowship? Dude, honestly, everything right now is Twitter. The alt platforms are dead, and unfortunately a lot of those alt platforms are actual havens for the real alt-right. Like what you see, like the extreme stuff you see on Twitter is everywhere on alt platforms. Float.app, I've never heard of it, so I can't really speak to it, but yeah. Here's the thing. So this is what you do, Sumo Orange. Have your spicy takes, but make a separate account for that. If you want Sumo Orange to be your meme account, then just do memes on there. Just do memes on your Sumo Orange account and keep the spiciness on another account that you can just say what you want, or you can, recycle new accounts and all that. That's what I think you should do. So, because the alt-right, you mean a bunch of grumpy old SEC fans, football fans sitting in their lodges? Probably. No, when you go to these alt platforms, when you go to BitChute, when you go to Odyssey, even when you go to Rumble, there's a lot of really, really there's not a mixture of people on those sites, unfortunately. There's not a liberal presence on those sites. Yeah, that's the thing, is you just got to learn how to play the game a little bit, because Twitter's a good place, and you can make it, and you can get noticed, but you have to play the game. Just keep your memes separate on a different thing. Well, it started that I didn't have anything to wear in the pool. Oh gosh, we're talking about swimming. Okay. Oh, let's get rid of that. Here's another interesting thing. So politicians they're fucking morons. And Biden is no exception here. He tweeted out earlier this week, or was it? Yeah, it was earlier this week, Monday. Senator, or this was Sunday rather. Senator Lindsey Graham has proposed a national ban on abortion that would put criminal penalties on doctors. This November, if Republicans win control, they will vote for a nationwide ban on abortion. But if you give me 2 more Democrats in the Senate, I will codify Roe. Mr. Grant Gregory, thanks for the cheer, brother. Thanks for the cheer. I appreciate you, man. So this is another problem with this whole the whole game of politics. Sorry, I'm just bringing something up real quick. Joe Biden has spent 50 years in Washington. 50 years. It was never of interest of him to do this, to codify Roe into law. It was never important to him. And now all of a sudden that it's it's back up as a wedge issue. It's back up as Democrats need votes for the midterms. So now it becomes another hot button issue. This is a decision that needs to be left up to the states. Just let the states decide. It'll be fine. And that's the thing too. And another good point, Biden is not able to codify it into law. It is still up to Congress to do this. Congress makes the laws, not the commander in chief. But I would say what he's saying by this is that with the extra Democrats, they'll have enough votes to codify it, and then he will sign it. I don't believe for a second that it would even happen. There hasn't been anything going on in Congress since he took office. They've had the majority for the past 2 years. They've controlled the House, the Senate, and the executive branch. And they still can't get anything done. But again, the other problem with this too, the other problem with all of this happening right over wherever it is, the other problem with this is that it's further dividing this country. It's further dividing this country into me versus you. Like the whole everyone who talks about or is mentioned as a Republican is demonized by one side, and anyone who says they're Democrat is demonized by the other side. It further divides people into camps, into tribalist behavior, and it's gonna we got to get past that, and we got to get past the fact that this man is going to change the world, that he's going to be the one to do it. Hasn't done shit in his 50 years. Rock Reina over on YouTube says, counter argument. You think there would be a necessity to codify Roe if the Supreme Court did change it? Would we really be still talking about it if the court left it alone? It's always something that comes up. It's always something that comes up. Because essentially the Supreme Court found it was unconstitutional and didn't pertain, because what they were basically doing was saying that everyone has a right to privacy, and by overturning, so Roe was put in place. Roe v. Wade, it was all done wrong, essentially, and it took however many years to come to this conclusion that it just didn't have anything and again, the overturning of Roe v. Wade doesn't necessarily make it illegal. It just allows the states to decide on the issue, which is, so it's not outlawing it. It's just saying, hey, states, the federal government has no say in this. You decide. Go with God. Yeah, you broke me. There's no, most of the places. So, and here's the thing: most of the places that, actually, I would say all of the places that already allow it will still allow it moving forward. It will still allow it moving forward. There's a handful of states that will outlaw certain parts. I think there's only a couple, maybe two that outright ban it, but the majority of states are still allowing it if it endangers the life of the mother. To me, it's just a non-issue. Me yells at his monitor. Crow says, I just came to the conclusion this morning that we are basically the modern day Rome and it is too late. Yeah. Yeah. It would seem that way. It's too bad, man. It's too bad. There's so many good people in the world. And the other thing is too, is that we see things like every day. We see things every day online. And for the most part, people just don't care. Like there's so much stuff that people just don't care about. It doesn't even affect their lives. The replies to this tweet are pretty funny though. Anywho. And to further this whole thing on Biden's just a walking fucking parody at this point.
Where am I? I'm right here.
Okay, here's the boss over here. Okay, once you turn around to your right.
Hey, folks, how are you?
Like what in the hell did I just watch? We are in the winter of civilization. Spring brings a new civilization, right? The fourth turning. I'm telling Biden, it's Chris Chan without the ADHD. Like that. I don't know if the audio is real, but just is no one else like look at him. What is he doing? Is no one else concerned? Is no one else concerned? Like block out the music, block out what he's saying. Like let's even just turn the audio off. Does this man look okay to you? Does this man look okay to you? If I saw this guy somewhere like standing alone, I'd be like, someone help it. Let's go find his family. Is he okay? If we can get anything absolutely amazing right now, it's Biden memes. It's Chris Chan without the maternal abuse. There was another video. Of him. So he was on stage. He was giving a speech. He's on stage, and then he walks off stage right. But then he gets confused as to where he is, and he stops and he's like looking around. And meanwhile, the guy's saying, "Oh, thank you, President Biden." Blah 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 blah. And like he's just standing there, like I don't know, like I don't know what's wrong with him, if there is anything wrong with him, but this doesn't look like a healthy man. This doesn't look like a healthy man who should be leading this country. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Joe, but you got to go. Like you look sick. You look like you need to be home, drinking a warm glass of milk, blanket on your thing in your rocking chair, just looking out over the field. That's what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't exactly be thrilled to see Kamala in office, but this is a bit much at this point. Yeah, I've seen the video of him falling off the bike. I don't know. I can understand that. I've done that before. Sad to admit. I've ridden up and like got my footing all wrong. Whoop, bonk. Not recently, but it's happened. There's certainly, I don't know if like he needs the weighted blanket. Yeah, exactly. He definitely does. But seriously, like you got to watch that video without the audio, and like you have to understand this is not a healthy man. He's not sound of mind. There's no way. There's no way. And that's not the only video. That's not like an isolated incident. This is like a couple times a week we're getting video of him just like confused. He can't like what's his name? Bush had trouble speaking, but he just sounded like a teenager. Like he wasn't very smart, but he's still able to say a sentence. This guy has trouble staying on topic. He can't keep it together. I don't know. I'm worried. I really am. I'm worried because there's people like, I mean, right now there's one of the trending things is Biden delivers again. Under Trump, America lost 154,000 manufacturing jobs. Under Biden, America has already gained 668,000 manufacturing jobs. Was totally ignoring the fact that that COVID wiped out everything. Thanks for that. Like what the hell? It really is a battle of like, it's a battle of like critical thinking, yo. Like I will not tell you what to think or how to think. But what I will impart on you is that I implore you, look at the things that are coming out, look at your news sources, look at where they're sourcing their information, and then also like read the article. There's so many headlines out there that like they're meant to bait you into like hating your neighbor. The more they can divide people, the more they can control you. Young Bush, Rock, Young Bush. But yeah, Code. Yeah, his mouth got ahead of his brain. Exactly. So New York City has a new mayor, Mayor Adams. Are there any trustworthy news sources? So I use something occasionally that will like I use something called ground.news. It's now they're making it like a premium thing, but that one will sort of like it'll pull all the news sources based around a topic, and it will like it'll put everything in, like it'll show like all the articles that are conservative, like middle of the road, and like also liberal. It's a really good tool that I use occasionally. Now they have like a premium thing, so you have to like pay for certain services, which sucks, but you can still see like which articles like lean a certain way. Oh, I have Smart News too. Does it do that? I didn't even know it did that. But you really the most important thing that you can do is read past the headlines. Headlines are made, if you feel strongly a particular way after reading a headline, it's probably a good idea to read the article. Because if the article affects you on like a truly like emotional level, you probably just need to back up and rewatch. The news, sorry, let me put this on here. As long as there's nothing about swimming. The news is designed to keep you watching. They make you think the only way things will be better is to keep watching, right? It's a product of the 24-hour news cycle. 24-hour news cycle is one of the reasons we are where we are, because it became entertainment. News became entertainment, so that's what they did. They need to keep you watching and to keep the ad money rolling. I haven't watched this yet, so we're both gonna. I saw some people commenting on it, and I thought, hey, you know what? Let's take a look at this to make sure we get some entertainment out of this. So breaking 911. It's Eric Adams. He had something stupid to say, so we're gonna laugh at him.
We have a brand. New York has a brand. And when people see it, it means something. You know, when we go there, it's not, Kansas doesn't have a brand.
Kansas doesn't have a brand. What?
When you go there, okay, you're from Kansas. No. Well, you know what? But New York has a brand. It has a brand. We have a
What? Like, it's okay to be proud of where you're from, but like, New York has a brand. Kansas doesn't have a brand. What are you talking about? Yeah, like, yeah, you see the guys behind them, they're all like, get the fuck out of here. This is entertainment. This is entertainment. This is not, like, he's not saying anything important here. Kansas doesn't have a brand. New York has a brand. North Dakota, Rock Arena. Like, what? Like, dude. This is why you don't listen to politicians. This is why you don't listen to politicians. Because he's not saying anything important. He's not saying anything. Oh, New York has a brand. Every fucking state has a brand, dude. Even if it's just like Kansas, if anything, Kansas, like, their brand is flyover state. Salt of the earth people, Tornado Alley, whatever you want to say. Like that's their brand. It's not the best brand maybe, but that's their brand. New York's brand as of late has been killing old people in nursing homes, coercing the general public into taking experimental treatments, all that nonsense. Tim, what's going on? Good to see you. Hey, yo. Twister movie was lit. It was. Twister was great, dude. You want to know Kansas' brand? Flyover State, Tornado Alley, right there. Boom. Shut up, Eric Adams. Kansas has tons of cattle, more branding done there than New York. Like literal branding. Good Lord. At the end of the day, these people fucking hate you. These people hate you. They want nothing to do with you. They think they're way above you. They think they're above you. They think they're above the law. They don't care. They don't actually care about your problems. You think AOC actually gives a shit about your problems? No. You think Eric Adams cares any shits about your problems? No. Because they've all avoided the whole immigration crisis. I don't care. They're not opening their doors for them. Like, they just don't care. They just don't care. And he acts like there's like what's it called? They act like they're like this is some high school clique, you know? That's fine. So I said North Dakota is the least branded the least branded state, and Rock just sent me this. Let's see. North Dakota unveils refreshed brand Be Legendary. This is from 2018, by the way. Bismarck, North Dakota. Governor Doug Burgum today announced Be Legendary as North Dakota's new brand identity, building on legendary brand that has been used to promote the state for more than 15 years. I couldn't name one thing in North Dakota. In today's competitive global market, it's more important than ever for North Dakota to lead with powerful, scalable, and unified brand approach. As we undertook this important brand refresh project, it was essential that our brand maintain its legendary roots while giving us a cohesive way to connect with our audiences. And then everyone forgot about North Dakota. Oh, that's awesome. Kind of sounds like South Dakota's newest motto as of a few years ago. Meth, we're on it. Los Angeles has a new brand, homeless capital of the world. Yep. Yeah, the problem with that is they've basically established that all the homeless stuff is their property. So the police are not allowed to remove property. But it's also, so you also notice another thing that's been going on recently. And this again is intentional. Language that's used is really important to remember. So they're not calling people homeless anymore. They're calling them the unhoused. Please listen to the words that are used, because it's really important that you know that calling the homeless unhoused is very intentional, and it's meant to make you feel bad and make society feel as if they have some obligation to house the homeless. We don't. Please remember that. It's really important that you remember there is no obligation to house them, but they use language like that because they will do everything they can to use taxpayer dollars in order to house the homeless. It's not your responsibility. North Dakota, where Canadians can be Americans without being noticed. You notice Adams didn't say Texas. He knows everything is bigger here and not to mess with us. 10-gallon hat for your 10-gallon heads. North Dakota, or I like to call it the Lesser Dakota. aren't most of the housed mentally, well, wait, did you misspell that? I don't know. Don't feed the homeless. Yeah. Well, so one of the issues, I think, and it's something I've read about occasionally, one of the issues that has come up is that there's an argument to be made to not feed the homeless, or to not feed like third world countries, because you're essentially contributing to you're just perpetuating the problem. The problem is that they don't know how to feed themselves. So how do you teach someone to feed themselves, right? The age old problem or the saying that you can give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day, or you can teach a man to fish and he'll feed himself for the rest of his life. So it's really important that, like, I think it's way more important. Like, don't give, it's all situational. Like, I don't want someone to starve and die, but you could essentially, like, the real issue is not them being hungry. It's how do you feed them? How do you create a solution to the problem? Because all you're doing is putting a Band-Aid on something. That's the real issue. You try growing something in the desert, move out of the desert. Why are you living in the desert? Buy a house. I was a brand manager before my current job. Admin hated my first branding suggestions. You just grow. Feed them, but don't give them money. They spend it on alcohol. I buy them Subway sandwiches sometimes. Yeah, I'm saying you could totally feed the poor. I don't care. But I think the real issue is, like, how do you fix it long term, is find a way for people to provide for themselves. Like, rather than, like, you could feed someone by giving them a job, offering them a job. Like, hey, what skills do you have? You go up to a homeless guy. What skills do you have? Oh, well, I can do this. Like, I worked as a carpenter for years. Great, cool. Let's go. Come with me. You're going to be a laborer on my crew. Before you know it, they're getting a paycheck and they can pay for their own food. Teach people the value of money. Teach people the value of a hard day's work. Because when you're sitting on the street, no one's going to give you a chance. They'd sooner throw a Subway sandwich at your feet and call it a day. and hope that you don't starve to death. They feel a little bit better. They can post it on their fucking Instagram or their Facebook feed. But isn't the issue that we should be approaching, like, how do I get this person to take care of themselves? Dirty Mike and the boys have skills. Help them get on their feet and not make them dependent on you. Oh wait, that's what the government wants. Is that what you want me to? Alex Jones voice is the best Alex Jones voice I can do. That's all I can do. Woo, let's get me 64 more subs so we can get the community tab. I would love it. Yeah, if you guys aren't subbed to the channel, please consider subbing to the channel. We have videos coming out. We got another we're concentrating on a bunch of things. We do the culture stuff, and then we also do a lot of I do a lot of commentary on movies and TV shows. Yeah, make sure you tag Alex Jones wherever you might be. Listen, I'm kind of retarded. I don't know. That's all I got. I live in Twitch mostly. Hey man, come on over to YouTube. We love you over here. YouTube's where I'm heading. I'm putting way more time into YouTube because it just makes more sense. There's more discoverability. There's more things happening. And the communities are better. The community of Twitch is like non-existent. It's non-existent. Oh, where was that Twitch news today? Can I fill a transfer? I will too. Okay. So Twitch did an interesting thing. I discovered you on OnlyFans. Shh. That was for you and you only. So Twitch is doing this new thing where they're allowing you to customize your own raid specifications. Oh, only beards. Something was weird on Herb's channel besides bits. He had a cheer function. Do I not have a cheer function? I think you can cheer here too. So Twitch is allowing you to customize your raid needs, if you will. So depending on the size, so if you're a smaller streamer and you get social anxiety from a lot of people, you can set it so people can only raid you between like 1 and 20 people. And then if you're a bigger streamer and you don't want small channels raiding you, you can set it for a higher one. So I just think this is another way for, like, it's just a weird thing to do. Like Twitch keeps coming out with these things, these like upgrades and new tools that like nobody cares about, nobody wants. You know what everyone on Twitch wants? Some sort of discoverability. They want to be able to like be discovered organically, like through content they do based on what other people are doing. And the fucked up thing is Twitch doesn't realize that is how you, like, that's how you can make money. That's how you're going to keep people on your platform. Let them discover things that other people are watching that's like theirs. That's why YouTube does so well. They're feeding you stuff that you're liking constantly. The algorithm is supposed to be working in your favor. If you have social anxiety, you shouldn't be in the entertainment industry. I agree. I think there's a lot of people that do streaming that don't understand like what it takes to actually do streaming. Like this is not for introverts. Like unless you're the best at a game, like unless you're like one of the top, like if you're in the top 1% of like Warzone players or something, Like, sure, stream, show us your skills, because you're not going to talk. No one's going to care what you say. You could stream with a dildo on your head. No one would care because you're that good at the game. But if you're someone who's not the best at a game, like, you need a personality. This whole thing requires a personality. If you don't have that, or if you can't stand a bunch of people being around, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. I mean, when you're front and center, like, and you have to be able to talk, like, and I've been talking for an hour, right? I've been talking for an hour by myself, no one else. I mean, yes, you guys are here, but like, for the most part, I've just been going and going and going, talking. Like, if you can't do that, like, on end, screwed. And the other problem with Twitch is that it's totally dependent on your live streams. If you aren't live, no one's watching your stuff. Like, I'm thankful that people are watching my VODs and they're watching my live streams. Thank you all for being here, by the way. Thank you. AJ says, yeah, I feel weird as hell streaming Red Dead. Just playing a game while people watch is a different experience. It totally is. It totally is. And I'm not calling anyone out by saying what I'm saying. There's just, like, you can do this. It doesn't matter. You could be bad at it and still do it. Like, the barrier to entry is very low for streaming. But if you want this to be something you do constantly, you have to work at it and you have to be good at it. No one's going to watch someone who sucks at what they do. Being self-aware. But by the same token, like, there's very few people who will do this for a full-time wage. So there's a fine line you walk. You either do this because you love it and you have fun doing it and you just don't make money, or you're working towards the goal to do it. But I don't know. It's so weird. Trey said, no, that's everything. All of it is about you being a self-centered person to be a good streamer. You have to be someone with a big as fuck ego. What are you saying? No, I don't disagree. I want Shags for the aesthetic of daddy. So, like, yeah, there has to be some sort of ego involved. You have to think that what you're doing means something, probably more than others. Absolutely. But yeah, streaming games is a different beast. I tried playing Red Dead on stream, like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I hate this. I hate this. Shag doesn't have a big ego, just a big beard. Blame people for being poor. Why you gotta be poor like that? Yeah, you can stream and try and make a community and relate. This is true. But I do think I think it's kind of true. I do think it's kind of true. Like, you do need something. You need, I mean, maybe it's just confidence. That's all it is. Ego might be a strong word, but there's definitely a confidence involved. Streaming a game is different from having a streamlined conversation with people. Yeah, absolutely. Well, because there's direction in that. When you and I sit down with one another and talk about a certain thing, we have like points to hit, and we're feeding off each other. When you're streaming a game, you're taking what's happening and you're sort of regurgitating that back to your audience as like a let's play or got some sort of guide. They do. I think. So Aurora says confidence and ego have different connotations. I think that's what I was trying to say. Is like ego and the confidence, they're sort of the same, but like, yeah, they definitely, one has a more negative connotation than the other. A unique selling point, USB, can certainly help if you're wanting to make a career out of this. Yes. Well, I think that's no matter what you do. I think there needs to be like, why are you doing this? What makes you different from everyone else? And that's something that people struggle with, because I think a majority of people romanticize the idea about being a streamer or being, being a content creator, and they don't understand like what it actually takes. Like you look at all of the big streamers that are out there, they all have like that unique selling point. They all have, everyone sort of understands what it is that they're doing. Connell Quinn, thine worthy of Shags. What's up, man? Good to see you. A USB. Dude, I can't wait to hang out with you in Orlando. It's gonna be fun, man. A universal serial bus, USB, helps with streaming as well. I'm a living avatar, independent from my user. USB. I want to be a YouTuber. I just don't have the time nor patience. You could though, you could. You just gotta love what you do. You just gotta love what you do. You know what I mean? Oh, I can't wait. Are you really gonna bring me a bike? I just don't want to ride 20 miles. I saw you like rode like 25 miles or like 40 miles the other day. I was like, what, this fucking guy, dude? Yeah, please bring. Heron, are you going? Is Heron of Alexandria going to Orlando as well? Hubris not. What's going on? Good to see you. How you been? How you been? Ah, so good. You're looking at bike rentals. Well, if need be, can definitely rent one. Oh man, my hands are all dry and shitty. You're planning a 30-mile and a 40-mile ride while I'm down there? Damn. See, the what's it called? Riding a bike isn't as bad. 30 miles is a long way though. It's a long way. If it's like mostly flat, I'm there. I can do it. Thank you guys for thumbs upping the stream. I do appreciate it. It definitely helps. We're building day by day. I appreciate all of you for the hard work of watching my stuff. I have a video coming out that'll be released early for Ko-Fi subscribers and shortly thereafter for everyone else. So I usually give the Ko-Fi subscribers a 12-hour head start on the content. But if you are interested in supporting on Ko-Fi, you can wait. Did that not work for? It didn't work. Damn it. Well, there's a link down in the description. If you're interested in supporting on Ko-Fi, we have several different member levels that can be a part of that you can be a part of the community and get in some insight into what's going on. I have some actual like plans to start like a personal vlog of just like my own personal stuff that people will be able to follow along with. Ow, damn it. I might be actually going for a 60-mile ride one of the days I'm out there. Jeez, dude. That's nutty. But yeah, like I said, we're getting close. We're about halfway to our monetization numbers. We're doing good. I'm really happy with the growth that we've seen. We've done a lot of hard work. For those who are new to the stream, I appreciate you coming in. I hope you decide to stay. I hope you decide to subscribe. I generally cover social, cultural, political topics and also pop culture and comment on those. I've been doing a lot of like movie reviews and trying to focus on some of the positive things. We've also covered a lot of the negative stuff coming out of Disney, Marvel, Disney, Star Wars. And, unfortunately it sucks, but I have a review coming out for The Fountain. We just watched that during our community night, but I'm pretty excited. Tomorrow night is the midweek hump. We have Adam Krigler on the show tomorrow night, starting at 9 p.m. Mountain Time. He will be joining us for the second time. I'm really excited to have him back. He's great dude, has a great show. And so we're going to be chatting with him tomorrow night right here on this channel. So make sure that you are subscribed. All of my social links are available down below in the description. Please consider following me on Twitter. You get all my little pearls of wisdom and whatever other bullshit I like to put out there on Twitter. But yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out. That's about it for me tonight. That's going to wrap up the late night roast. I may go back to every week for late night roast. I miss doing this show, and it feels too long in between shows. So we'll see. Ow. I don't want to miss anything. Careful, y'all. There's a killer on the road. Every time Disney and Marvel release a superhero themed movie and a baby kid dies. But yeah, I'm taking the rest of the night off. You guys have a great night. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the midweek hump with myself, Horror Emirata, Sheep City, and No Green Rocks, and our special guest, Adam Krigler. Make sure you guys join. The Discord is there as well for you. We'll see you guys next time. I appreciate y'all.
I like to put stuff online.